SCP-516. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-516 may be kept in an anomalous vehicle containment bay. Routine vehicle maintenance should be carried out on a bi-weekly basis. SCP-516 is not to be provided with fuel or ammunition except under controlled testing circumstances. Following Incident 516-1A, no personnel with a history of military service should be assigned to SCP-516, TTT. Description: SCP-516 is a standard Model T-55 main battle tank. Records indicate it was manufactured in 19, at plant, Kharkiv, Ukrainian SSR, and that it had a normal period of service in the armed forces of. It exhibits wear and tear consistent with its age. The only part of SCP-516 which is known to exhibit anomalous properties is its main armament, presently a 100 mm D-10 tank gun, and turret assembly, from here designated as SCP-516-1. However, as SCP-516-1 has been replaced several times throughout SCP-516's service life without any apparent effects, its anomalous properties seem to be inherent to SCP-516. When loaded with compatible 100 mm ammunition, SCP-516-1 exhibits a limited degree of autonomy. When an entity attempts to damage SCP-516, SCP-516-1 will track and fire on it if it is physically possible to neutralize the threat, regardless of whether SCP-516 is crewed. It will not respond to threats outside its range or traverse, such as aircraft. This phenomenon only occurs if the entity possesses reasonable means to damage SCP-516. For example, SCP-516-1 will not fire on a person attempting to attack SCP-516 with their fists. SCP-516-1 may be operated manually, but is selective about its targets. In general, it will only permit its operator to fire on non-living targets, non-sapient biological targets or armed humans. Under these circumstances it will fire as a normal armament piece. If a target does not satisfy these conditions, essentially, being an unarmed, sapient being, SCP-516-1 will jam. Attempts to prevent jamming through maintenance or parts replacement have failed. SCP-516 appears to go to extra lengths to prevent injury to unarmed humans, deliberately placing shots from SCP-516-1 to avoid collateral damage. When operated manually, SCP-516-1 places a higher priority on preserving unarmed life than eliminating armed targets. It will jam if directed to fire upon a group of persons, of which only some members are armed. It should be noted that none of SCP-516's other armaments exhibit these properties, and appear to be perfectly normal. SCP-516 was brought to the attention of the Foundation in 20, when it was slated to be broken up for scrap. Due to a bureaucratic oversight, ammunition had not been removed from SCP-516-1, causing it to open fire with casualties. The ensuing government investigation was noted by Foundation operatives, and it was thought worthwhile to take SCP-516 into custody. Addendum 516-1, an upgrade to Euclid status is being considered in light of Incident 516-1A, as this lends credence to Dr. S. theory that the SCP may be sentient in some form. Additional security measures have been approved for SCP-516's containment. Incident 516-1A synopsis: during routine testing of SCP-516, SCP-516-1 immediately fired upon a group of unarmed personnel in range as soon as it was loaded with ammunition, leading to the death of two D-Class personnel, D-505, D-596, and one Foundation officer, agent. Subsequent investigation showed that D-596, one of the casualties, had attained his D-Class status following a criminal conviction for treason against his native country. D-596 previously held the English equivalent rank of Sergeant in the Armed Forces, from which SCP-516 was acquired. No other possible links to SCP-516 with D-596 or the other casualties have been found at this stage. This marks the first time SCP-516 has attacked unarmed personnel. Further investigation and safety precautions are warranted. Addendum 516-2, SCP-516 Testing Log.